All right, we're going to talk about the formative years of Michael Algeo. Try and make it relevant in a way for that acronym WIFM. WIFM being, what's in it for me? What's in it for me, for you to listen to this story? And again, when I do these YouTube videos, it's not for me to bitch and complain about, well, my childhood, or to bemoan the fact that I really didn't have a childhood. And I had to act in a very adult-like manner, very, very early on. Not here to bemoan that fact. It made me who I am today. So, growing up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in various neighborhoods, Fishtown, Frankfurt, Kensington. If you're familiar with Philadelphia, you are familiar with Kensington. Not a good place to grow up. Very, very socioeconomically disadvantaged. It's a shithole. Call it for what it is. It's a shithole. So mom and dad actually met. So mom was a taxi dispatcher. And my dad at the time was a taxi driver. And I don't know all the intricacies, but that's my understanding as far as how they met. And that the other taxi drivers would hit on my mom. And my dad would get on the radio, like, hey, stop talking to my woman. Although my dad, doing the math, he was technically married to my stepmother, Annie. Annie was from Germany, and it's a whole different, she was a saint to put up with my father. She's got 3 children. Annie's no longer with us, she's since passed, but she was marvelous. She really took care of me. And man, Annie was great. Annie was from Germany. Annie took really, really good care of me, because when my mom kicked my dad out, my dad got back from prison, blah, 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 he went back to Annie. And even though he would always leave Annie and go fuck around and this and that, they had like some kind of, it was kind of like a mean kitty type situation. Although I've done much better. Yeah, Annie would always take him back. And when he died, she took it really, really hard. My mom, I remember when my dad passed away, she was just like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And it was just like, yeah, no, I doubt any tears were shed. But for Annie, she loved that man to the day she died. So, interspersed with time with my mom was, I was talking to Kitty about this earlier. My mom played the game. She was involved in intravenous drug use, prostitution, prostituting me, prostituting herself, on welfare, you name it, she was playing the game. She'd ask for loans, and then she'd extended credit. I bet people didn't know better, and then she'd never pay those loans back. Anyway, just one day I remember, we were at a Burger King. I don't know why I remember it was a Burger King, but I remember it was a Burger King. I could be wrong, but anyway. My mom and some other dude, I don't remember who it was, they were planning out like some bullshit scheme or something. I remember it was like some kind of bullshit under the radar type deal. And this soldier walked in. I know he wasn't a Marine because he was wearing camouflage uniform. If you know, you know. So, Army dude walks in. And I'm like, wow. And I remember giving some kind of like sloppy salute. And to this guy's credit, man, God bless him, whoever this man may be, he just position of attention, and like, wow, I remember my like sloppy salute. He's just like firm and crisp, and I want to be that guy. Because all the people I was around, especially men, and I love my dad, I still have to the day I die, man, I'm going to keep a photo of my dad. So, but I never had any like really good male role models. seeing this Army soldier give that crisp salute, and I was like, wow, I want to be that guy. So I remember I wanted to be a Marine. A lot of people like think I say this for dramatic effect, but man, I wanted to be a Marine because they're the best, the few, the proud, the Marines. And also we had talked about, when we get into that Freudian aspect of fighting the monsters, because of being sexually abused. Really wanted to fight these monsters. And it was a very famous commercial at the time of a Marine fighting a dragon. So, anyway, I remember filling out it was at the time like a little cardboard card. Postage was included, and you get information. And I filled it out. I remember put like first grade. Still got something in the mail. Planted that seed, man, of the uniform and just that sense of belonging, that sense of pride, and also the sense that maybe I couldn't do it because I was going to join the Air Force or the Navy. Not so there was a component of like, yeah, if there's a war, it'd be best if I was in the Navy or the Air Force. It would be safer, things like that. But with the Marine Corps, man, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. And I've talked about this in a previous video where you do the practice initial strength tests when you get at the time, we're talking 2000, 2001. It since may have changed. It's probably changed. But at the time, it was 3 pull-ups, I think like 50 crunches, and like a 1.5 mile run in 15 minutes. Even though I'm overweight and even though I've gotten bigger, there's more mass fighting against gravity. I can do 1.5 miles in 15 minutes. So it's a pretty not unreasonable test to join the military, especially the Marine Corps. And I get up there, pull-ups, and I fucking I'm like squirming up there. I can't even get one. Didn't get one. So he's like, all right, failed. And my recruiters, the process, it goes from like, hey, Mike, how are you? I'm Cesar and blah, 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 to like Puglialgio. So they're already getting you set up with the military mindset. So it's pretty quick. You go from, hey, big dog, man, super stud, to like, hey, Puglialgio, you failed. Pretty quickly, actually. Hey, it's a recruiter's man. Thank God I was never one. That's for a different video. But the point being is those little thing, that little salute that this guy did to some kid changed the trajectory of my life. And I knew I wanted something other than that, other than who I was around. Because I was around drug addicts, drug dealers, pimps. With my dad, it was more of, my dad was never a mobster, but there were some guys who were like, I mean, it's like, I think I saw a guy in the fucking news, and, same thing, vowels at the end of their names. And it was like, this guy's, he's just, my dad would say something like, he's a connected guy. Basically means he was associated with the mob. And I was like, man, I saw a guy on the fucking news once. Anyway, I knew I wanted something different. The big thing is that you want to do unto others because there's little pieces that may not seem much like to you. Could be a big thing to others. So even though I wish I'd grown up differently, one of my favorite movies actually was King Ralph. Loved King Ralph as a kid. And if look it up, it's John Goodman. It's a cute little film. I mean, I would never go out of my way to buy it, but I'll watch it occasionally. But at the time, growing up, I loved King Ralph because I imagined that for myself. Because it's like, no, these people are not my family. No fucking way. Well, spoiler alert, they are my family. I was like, no, I must be like a distant relative of like the royal family, and they're gonna find me one day. And I would imagine that. I would never actually go out of my way and actively imagine like, hey, you're actually no. It's like I'm not the king of England, but I'm the baron of an estate in Scotland or I'm not an extended family of, Great Aunt Gertrude or anything. It's not meant to be. This was my family. But you can break those chains. You can break those cycles. You can break that generational shit that's happening. You can be the one to start. But that's up to you. You can either be honest with yourself and make that change, or you can continue the same cycle. Let's stack those wins to be the best you that you can be.